We're ready to get back to business here. Martin Truex Jr., Austin Dillon on the front row. There'll be 42 laps to go. Green flag back up in the air. On the jump, Chase Elliott shoves Martin Truex Jr. down the front stretch. Battling to the outside, it's Austin Dillon.
Dillon doesn't give up much ground. It will be Truex off turn 2. Chase Elliott will race into the second position, and with 4 fresh tires, Kyle Busch to third.
Here comes Chase Elliott looking for that number 1 spot. Kyle Busch digging on the bottom of the racetrack. Truex goes right to the bottom right now. He'll stretch that lead out by about a car length and a half, all 4.
41 laps led. Martin Truex Jr. has the lead, but for how long? Here comes Chase Elliott. Napa Chevy's caught him in turn 1.
No tires, 2 tires, 4 tires occupying the top 3 positions. You got to say advantage Kyle Busch at this juncture. He's about 5 car lengths back of second running Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott's got 2 reasons.
Trouble off turn 2. It is Austin Dillon trying to save his car. He will not do so. Several other cars involved as they slide and spin down the back straightaway. A big myriad of smoke engulfing a handful of cars halfway down the backstretch.
Looks like Paul Menard got sucked up into that along with Brian Scott. So our first big incident of the night.
And it looks like also Brian Vickers involved in that, Regan Smith, Michael Annette. I also think Ryan Newman might have been involved, all 3 RCR cars in a pileup on the backstretch.
So the biggest incident of the night brings out our 7th caution of the night. What was my big bold prediction?
9.
We're close. For a while, it didn't look like that was going to be
And we're catching
anything.
yellow fever here at the end.
You know what? They beget more caution. So we'll see how all of this plays out. And this all got started. Austin Dillon looks like he might have gotten a little bit of contact from Denny Hamlin. He got up into the wall and then spun and came back across a lot of traffic. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just barely missed a spinning car.
Kevin Harvick, also Kurt Busch, pull a little bit of a Houdini act there on the backstretch as well.
Several cars involved in that, including Austin Dillon, who looked like he got up into the wall, spun around, but when he came back across in front of all the traffic here, Jimmy Johnson did a nice job of saving his car, that all of the carnage broke out because a lot of people tried to dive and miss him, and that's when Paul Menard got into this, and along with Brian Scott, the 2 cars that got the most damage out of that.
Also seeing Clint Boyer involved in this incident as well. So a definite major wreck. The worst one we've had tonight comes out, and right now we have only 40 laps to go. Okay, so this is apparently going to be a quickie caution, and we see already that Cole Pearn is going to stick with his strategy, keeps Martin Truex Jr. on the racetrack. Let's go to Steve Richards.
Right rear quarter panel damage on Matt Kenseth's car. They won't do anything during this pit stop except work on that particular part of the race car. I think, it looks like the left rear quarter of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car got tapped on that particular incident as well. Clint Boyer, you mentioned him in that incident. He's gone back to the garage.
Over to Jim Noble.
Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray, 4 tires each for both of them. Brad Gilley.
Right now, Trevor Bayne is in. He actually got a little piece of that. The hood has come up on his car. It's still intact. It has just come up from everything that keeps it down on the front of the car. They got some bare bond going on the number 6. Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers also took the opportunity to come in, make some more adjustments on that number 4 car. Brett McMillan.
Well, Slugger Labby sent everybody and Austin Dillon's pit crew over the wall to try to get that car fixed. They got an extra bumper that they're trying to tape on the front. They're doing a lot of work on the rear end of that car. They're hammering on the right rear. They're trying to pull the left rear loose. They're even going to go after it. They're thinking about going after that with a saw at this point in time. They'd like to try to keep them on the lead lap if possible. They will get penalized for tuning him in over the wall, but I don't know they're going to be able to get this thing back out before the pace car comes back by.
Well, that car looked pretty well used up. Let's go up to Steve Richards.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got a little bit more damage than I could see. It looks like left front fender damage rather on the 17. He's down and away, but they're going to bring him back in for more repairs.
You know, you look at the replay again and again and again, and I'm not sure Denny Hamlin got into Austin Dillon. If he did, it was very slight. If he didn't, it was very slight, like a piece of paper between them. But he got him in a bad spot there on the left rear of the cars. He came up on him in the corner. And tough break for Austin Dillon. I mean, he ran top 10 all night.
And we do want to note that Chase Elliott came down pit road, took 4 tires. If we haven't noted that already, a lot of strategies being put out here on pit road. They only had 2 laps on those tires, and he had just taken 2 on that last stop.
All right, by the way, penalty for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., too many men over the wall, so that's going to hurt him. In fact, we documented throughout the night that he had a really solid run going, and he gets part of this action here. We'll see how much the damage is going to play to Stenhouse. Let's go back down to Brett McMillan.
Yeah, another guy got some damage in this is Ryan Newman. They're doing a lot of work on the left front fender of his car. This is the second time he's been in. Looks like Kyle Larson might have got a little damage in that as well. And we fully expect that Austin Dillon's going to come back down again. They're going to try to change the left side tires and do some body work on the right side. Remember we told you that the Slugger Labby sent everybody over the wall? I counted 10 guys standing in the pits when he pulled out.
So again, when we look at caution flags, this is the 7th of the night.